The stadium goes silent when the first corner flies in, because the striker rising above the penalty box is not human. It is a kangaroo, springing more than 3 meters into the air, while an octopus goalkeeper spreads 8 twisting arms across the goal line. 1 second later, a cheetah is sprinting from midfield so fast the grass seems to tear under its feet. This is not normal football. This is the Animal World Cup, the wildest version of the FIFA World Cup ever played, where every team is built by evolution, every player is a weapon, and the question is terrifyingly simple. Which animal would rule football? And the answer is not just speed, because later in this tournament, the fastest animal on the pitch will be trapped by something slower and smarter. And near the end, one goalkeeper will make a save so impossible that the entire stadium will stop breathing. The opening match begins under floodlights bright enough to make the turf glow like wet emerald. The crowd is shaking the stands, not with chants, but with roars, screeches, howls, and stamping feet. Argentina walks out first, represented by pumas, lean and silent, muscles sliding under their fur like coiled rope. They do not waste movement. Every step is balanced. A puma does not run like it is chasing the ball. It runs like the ball already belongs to it. Across from them, Brazil enters as jaguars, bigger, heavier, dark-spotted predators with shoulders built for explosions. If pumas are dancers, jaguars are thunder in a yellow shirt. Their style feels exactly like Brazilian football should feel in an Animal World Cup. Creative, dangerous, and playful until it suddenly becomes deadly. A puma receives the ball near the sideline, drops low, and twists past the first defender with a flick so smooth it almost looks lazy. But the jaguar reacts instantly. One heavy paw slams into the turf, the whole body pivots, and suddenly that beautiful dribble is trapped between speed and force. This is the first truth of animal football. Flair only survives if it can escape pressure. Portugal arrives with Iberian wolves, and the mood changes. There is less flash, less chaos, but more danger. Wolves do not play as individuals. They compress the field like a hunting pack, closing passing lanes before the opponent even sees them. One wolf presses from the front, another cuts off the escape route, another waits behind the ball. Their football is not about one superstar. It is about invisible traps. That is where the cheetahs struggle. Everyone expected cheetahs to destroy the Animal World Cup. Over 100 kilometers per hour sounds unfair on a football pitch. As wingers, they are nightmares. When a cheetah starts a run, defenders do not chase it. They pray the pass is too long. Grass sprays behind its paws. Its spine folds and stretches like a living spring. In 3 seconds, it has turned the calm defensive line into a disaster. Yet football is not a straight line. The wolves expose it. They do not try to outrun the cheetah. They guide it. They angle their bodies, force it wider, block the cutback, and make the fastest player in the tournament sprint into nowhere. That is the secret revealed early. Raw speed can terrify a defense, but teamwork can turn speed into a cage. Then France enters with peregrine falcons, and suddenly even the cheetahs look earthbound. Peregrine falcons are known as the fastest animals on Earth, reaching diving speeds over 300 kilometers per hour. On the pitch, they do not play like runners. They play like falling lightning. They hover high above the action, reading movement from impossible angles, then drop into attacks before anyone has time to react.
A falcon winger sees a loose ball near the far post and dives. The crowd hears the rush first. a sharp, slicing sound cutting through the stadium air. The defender turns too late. The ball is struck mid-bounce, blasted toward the net like a stone from the sky. For a moment, it looks unstoppable. But this is where the goalkeeper changes everything. The octopus in goal does not jump like a cat or dive like a human. It expands. 8 arms uncoil at once, covering high, low, left, right, and the tiny cruel spaces where goals usually sneak through. Its skin flashes with shifting patterns. One arm blocks the shot, another catches the rebound. A third pulls the ball under control, as if the goalmouth is not a goalmouth at all, but a trap. Germany's European bison prove the other side of the game. Huge heads, thick necks, bodies built like moving walls. They dominate possession by refusing to be moved. A puma can twist, a jaguar can burst, a cheetah can vanish. But a bison lowers its body, shields the ball, and turns the match into a physical argument nobody wants. But strength has a weakness too. Against the falcons, the bison struggle to turn quickly. Against the wolves, they get surrounded. Against the jaguars, they are pulled into sudden bursts of movement. The Animal World Cup becomes a brutal lesson. Every superpower creates a blind spot. The quarterfinals bring the strangest matchup of all. Gorillas face kangaroos. The gorillas are defenders from a nightmare. Massive arms, heavy chests, calm, dark eyes. They wait in the penalty area like stone statues that might suddenly come alive. Any attacker trying to force a path through them meets a wall of muscle. They block shots with their bodies and make the box feel like private territory. But kangaroos do not need to go through the wall. They go over it. A corner swings in. The gorilla defenders brace for contact. The kangaroo striker takes 2 bouncing steps, launches upward, and rises above them all. For one frozen heartbeat, the entire stadium is looking up. Its tail balances the body in mid-air. The header snaps downward, fast and cruel, bouncing toward the corner. The octopus goalkeeper, somehow, is there. This is the impossible save. One arm stretches low, another pushes off the post. 2 more arms form a barrier across the line. The ball is stopped with inches to spare, spinning against a sucker-covered limb, while the crowd erupts like the stadium roof has cracked open. That is the moment everyone understands intelligence is not quiet in football. Intelligence can steal a goal from the sky. By the final, the Animal World Cup becomes a question about nature itself. Brazil's jaguars face Portugal's Iberian wolves. Flair against structure, explosion against patience. The jaguars attack in flashes, slicing through space with frightening power. The wolves absorb it, retreat, shift, and close again. Every time Brazil looks free, Portugal's pack shape tightens. The winning moment comes not from the strongest body, but from the best combination. A jaguar draws 2 wolves toward the left side, selling the threat with a sudden burst. A second jaguar cuts behind. A third waits in the blind spot. 1 touch, 1 leap, 1 strike. The ball screams into the net before the pack can close. And yet, even as the jaguars celebrate, nobody leaves with a simple answer. Because animals playing in the FIFA World Cup would prove football is not one skill. It is speed under pressure, strength with control, vision before movement, teamwork without hesitation, and intelligence when everything breaks apart. Millions of years of evolution would walk onto the same pitch, and every match would ask the same question in a different way. What does greatness really look like when nature chooses the players? In the end, the champions might lift the trophy, but the real winner is the game itself. transformed into a living battlefield of claws, wings, muscle, instinct, and survival.